The sun sets over Paris, and the grand silhouette of the Louvre emerges as more than architecture. It becomes a stage. Tonight, Louis Vuitton reveals its Spring-Summer 2026 women's wear collection under the direction of Nicolas Ghesquière in one of the world's most iconic palaces of art. Guests gather in hushed expectation, cameras arranged, lights dimming, and for a moment, the city holds its breath. This is not merely a runway. It is ceremony, art in motion, a conversation between history and future, between identity and aspiration. The runway is laid under the vaulted ceilings, the presence of centuries of art whispering at every corner. The choice of location, the Louvre, speaks of heritage, of legacy. It is a reminder that fashion, at its most profound, is not separate from culture. It dialogues with it. It references it. It transforms it. When the first model steps forth, she carries not only clothes but symbols: power, poise, transformation. From the very first look, the hallmark of Ghesquière's vision unfolds. Feminine forms sculpted with unexpected structure, fluidity countered by geometry, movement softened by precision. There is tailoring, sharp lapels, collars, waist definition that nods to traditional femininity. And yet there is also softness, drapes, flowing panels, sheer overlays, fabrics that catch the light as though breathing. This duality is central. The collection wants to inhabit both the assertive and the ethereal. Colors at first are muted: ivory, sand, sable, whisper of dove gray. These tones are familiar, comforting, the base upon which boldness may emerge. As the show progresses, subtle inflections appear: petals of blush, reflections of rose gold, glimmers of soft mint or pale lavender, sunlight through stained glass. In select pieces, flashes of richer tones assert themselves: deep emerald, burnished amber, cerulean blue, accents that pull focus without overwhelming. The palette is not loud, it is confident, layered, and harmonious. Fabrics become characters in this unfolding story. Silks glide, chiffon floats, crepe drapes, lace appears, delicate yet intentional. Embroidery traces across exactly placed seams. Sheer panels reveal skin, yet never expose too much. They flirt, they elude. Tailored pieces are constructed with internal architecture: boning, structured seams, hidden supports. Evening gowns are full-length, cascading, referencing historical silhouettes but updated, modernized. Some dresses swirl with volume at the hem, others cling, cut with daring slits that show strength in what is revealed as much as what is concealed. The collection's silhouette vocabulary is rich. There are strong shoulders, sharpened lines that frame the face and posture. There are cinched waists, emphasizing feminine form. There are long flowing gowns that trail, skirts that swirl, pants that float. The juxtaposition between sculpted coats and airy underlayers is repeated. The tension between form and flow keeps the eye moving, curious, never static. Accessories are woven into the story with care. Bags carry Vuitton's signature heritage: monogram work, structured handle shapes, but reimagined, sometimes scaled down, sometimes soft and slouchy, sometimes adorned with unexpected trims or textures. Shoes follow the same schema: some heels sleek and architectural, some flats that are gracious, some sandals that seem made for walking both stones of courtyard and marble floors. Jewelry is subtle but significant: earrings that catch light, chokers or neck pieces that draw attention to the collarbone, bracelets that slide with movement. Each accessory is not afterthought but punctuation mark. Makeup and hair respect the theme: polished yet loose, minimal glam. Hair may be pulled back, letting garments speak, sometimes softly waved with tongues of light, letting the silhouette and neckline stand out. The skin glows. Details like lips or eyes are touched, not masked. Lighting is designed to accentuate textures: shimmer, transparency, folds. When a sheer panel moves, a flick of light. When embroidery catches, little constellations of sparkle. The show's pacing is deliberate, carefully ordered. It begins with pieces that are confident but restrained, Structured jackets over simple slips, coats open to reveal lining, tailoring offset with soft underskirts. Then the show loosens, gowns elongate, layers increase, fabrics float, drapes cascade, trains sweep. The climax of the show includes those gowns, billowing, dramatic, elevated. And then, just as intensity peaks, the closing looks return to balance. Simpler lines, refined finishes, reminding us that elegance lies also in discipline and restraint. Behind these garments lie hours of craftsmanship, artisans working in ateliers, hand-sewing overlays, pressing pleats, aligning monograms. The precision required to make embroidery symmetrical, shears translucent but robust, fabric movement controlled but free, every hem, every seam, every lining done not merely to finish, but to support, to elevate. Louis Vuitton's heritage in leather goods echoes through shapes of bags, the weight of handles, the texture of leather finishes, the precision of hardware. In the audience, there is a palpable feeling, a mixture of admiration, inspiration, perhaps a touch of longing, for something aspirational yet reachable. Editors lean forward, scribbling observations. Influencers tilt heads to catch light on fabrics. Photographers adjust lenses to secure that moment where motion and fabric meet. There is wonder at how history and futurism entwine in each piece, how each garment both honors what has come before while pointing toward what is possible. Critics will speak after about how this collection reflects the evolving role of women in fashion, not as passive spectators of style, but as agents of identity. That clothes are not merely for display, but armor, storytelling, transformation. Some will praise Ghesquière's balance, his restraint and boldness, his structured elegance that doesn't deny softness. Others will note how innovation was delivered, how classic Vuitton motifs, monogram patterning, heritage shapes were recontextualized, scaled, textured, reworked in unexpected ways. The soundtrack weaves itself around the visuals, perhaps orchestral, perhaps electronic, perhaps ambient sounds with echoes of footsteps, fabric brushing floor, breath. The show's soundscape lifts the collection moment by moment, soft in the beginning, building as volume increases, quiet for delicate looks, rich for grand gowns. The lights follow, gentle washes, focused spotlights, warm glows, sharp contrasts, color of light accentuating tone of fabric, playing with shadow to reveal depth. By the time the final look enters, a sense of culmination is achieved, a gown of outstanding scale, movement, presence. It carries the weight of the narrative, structure, softness, color, craftsmanship, heritage, innovation. Then the designer appears, Nicolas Ghesquière, center stage, acknowledgement, appreciation, applause. The crowd rises in recognition, not only of fashion, but art. Not only garment, but idea. After the show, as guests spill into the Louvre's corridors, the echo of silk and satin lingers, the memory of folds and monograms, of color transitions, of revelation. The show has ended, but its impact resonates. Lighting extinguishes, models disappear backstage, but the garments, the vision, remain, woven into memory. They enter magazines, social media, conversations. They influence what people will wear, how designers will design, what craftsmanship will mean in seasons to come. In this spring-summer 2026 Women's Louis Vuitton show, there is no single message. There are many. It is about heritage and reinvention. It is about the figures women carry, confidence, grace, transformation. It is about the beauty and contrast, strength and delicacy, structure and flow, silence and spectacle. It reminds us that fashion is not trivial. It shapes how we move, what we feel, how we present ourselves to the world. When the runway lights fade, what lingers is the idea that fashion, at its finest, is a journey through fabric, through history, through identity. And tonight, Louis Vuitton has offered us one more path forward, a path elegant, brave, sculpted, luminous.